Dude, am I the only one that has been keeping up with the actual lore and story of Destiny 2 since like Forsaken, bro? Ever since Forsaken came out, I have no idea what's going on. Well, no, not Forsaken. Ever since, what was the last one? Witch Queen? Yeah, ever since Witch Queen, I have no idea what's going on, bro. I am completely clueless. All I know is I saw a cutscene when I was playing on my Hunter of like the freaking Traveler like floating up in space or something. And you see the big old pyramids arriving. That's to the extent I know. I still haven't done the brand new raid either, so I'm clueless. This is probably going to be a late night upload, honestly. I came home from work and I fell straight to sleep. Okay, I laid out in my little mini chair I have over there. You can't really see it, but I have my bed and then next to it I have like one of those like low sitting chairs, bro. I threw my backpack down, I sat, and I ain't gonna lie, I probably napped for a good 3 hours, dog. Also, thank you for all the support on the Elden Ring video, man. I wasn't sure if people were actually gonna like it, or at least like me playing it, but you guys really came out, showed out, supported the video, and then yeah, we're gonna keep it going, man. So yeah, thank you. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, my name is Fan, and I do a lot of FPS commentary here, and alright, whatever, fine. Also, I finally crafted my Austringer. I ended up going with the opening shot with Aya the Storm. We got Ricochet, and then we got Extended Barrel. And then we're going to be rocking a really underrated shotgun. It's called Duality. Now, if you haven't used this before, or if you haven't heard of it, basically it's like half slug, half scatter shot. Well, I see skill-based matchmaking is still, you know, kicking in very beautifully. Yeah, some things just don't change. You know, I don't play for a week and, you know, I come back on, I'm still getting crapped on. Like, bro, what is this? Dude, I've been playing so much Apex that when I hop back onto this game and I try to aim like how I do on Apex, it just feels like the weirdest thing in the world. I'm not gonna lie. Also, my sensitivity on Apex is mad high too, so there's that. Oh my lord, dude, like, what is good? I'm getting killed by Wishender and SMGs left and right. What the heck? I think my last video I basically said that the next expansion, at least for PvP, is dead on arrival, and I still stand by that. There was so many people that had took issue with me saying that, bro. It's so weird, like, people act like you can't have a different opinion on this game. I sat here and said, look, I'll be the first person to say, this game is freaking garbage, bro, when it comes to anything like PvP related, like, just straight up garbage. Bro, I've even had people sit there and say Destiny 2 is a strictly PvE game. If you're playing it for PvP, you're in the wrong game. Like boys, here's the thing with that argument that people try to make. First of all, if it was a strictly PvE game, like, that argument only works well for stuff like Elden Ring, for example. Like Elden Ring, it has PvP in it, but people do not play it for PvP necessarily. Like, we're sitting here acting like the Destiny 1 beta wasn't a freaking PvP beta, for crying out loud. Like, where are we smoking on? Honestly, if you're not using an SMG in this meta, you just pack it up, dude. But even I, someone that is an SMG enthusiast, even I get sick and tired of using SMGs. And now it's gotten to the point, like, literally, if you're not using an SMG, you're kind of just throwing your own bag, honestly. Of course. Alright. Anyways, we all know that this game is dog shit, man. This is nothing new. But look, let me tell you guys what happened at work, bro. Oh my god. So, for those of you who don't know, I work at a hospital, and there's always some shenanigans going on, whether somebody is freaking stuck in their goddamn car, whether someone's trying to threaten one of the nurses with a needle, someone's walking in with a freaking axe. Like, it's always some kind of stupidity going on at my job and goofiness. But when I tell you guys, I could write a literal sitcom about my workplace, bro. It could be a sitcom, 5 seasons, 10 episodes per season, bro. I promise you, it could be the most perfect sitcom in the world. We got the drama, we got the family antics, the coworker antics, we got the coworkers cheating on other coworkers with their husbands. I mean, we got the whole shebang going on, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I actually won that. Oh my gosh. That's gonna be the only gunfight I win today too. Just watch. I'm not winning this one. So check this out. So I get a call on the radio, right? They're talking about a patient needs some help getting into a wheelchair in the parking lot, right? Standard stuff, nothing too crazy, nothing too elaborate, just helping a person get out of their car and get into a wheelchair. Okay, how could that be complicated in any way, shape, or form, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, so I go outside thinking this is just like a normal routine. I don't call any backup or anybody else to come help me, you know what I'm saying? Just standard stuff, right? Bro, I go out there, the next thing I see is this big body. I'm not even trying to be mild for, okay? I'm being like so serious. Bro, I see this lady in a wheelchair that is way too small for her. And keep in mind that the wheelchair she's in, it's not a tiny wheelchair by any means, okay? This is a fairly big wheelchair, and she makes it look tiny, bro. That's the kind of situation we're dealing with. Now, when I say this individual is big, I'm talking like 600 pounds big. I'm not talking like, you know, 200 or 300. No, I'm talking 600-pound individual. Like, we're talking top and bottom heavy, no offense. This meta is not made for people who love hand cannons, I promise. If you like using hand cannons, this meta isn't for you, bro. Is this man hiding behind the pillar? Say you swear. Anyways, like I was saying, I go out there, I start talking to the husband and everything, trying to figure out what's going on. Is she hurt? Does she need help? You know, what exactly is going on? Because the information I was given, basically the receptionist just said she just needed help getting out of her car, but she was already in a wheelchair at the edge of the sidewalk, way, you know, a good ways away from her car already. So I didn't really understand what the heck was going on. I was like, you know, maybe he needs a little help, like just pushing her up the sidewalk or just push her inside, you know, nothing too crazy. No, this lady was not going anywhere, okay? I'm talking to him and everything, and he basically starts telling me that, you know, she's here for a CAT scan and everything like that, but the problem is that she needs special help because she is 597 pounds. Now, when he said 590 something pounds, well, as soon as he said 5, I was like, hold on. I just want you to understand that basically when it comes to assisting people, basically anything over 450, yeah, you're gonna need some real professional movers for that. I'm talking like fire department or some kind of like, you know, care team or organization that has people professionally move people of that size. Because one, if someone that is like 400 and something pounds, like, do I look like Arnold Schwarzenegger to y'all? Like, I ain't lifting that off the ground. So when he said 5, I was just like, that might be a problem. And I don't think the people who scheduled her appointment for said CAT scan realize how heavy she was. But let me explain like where like the real hiccup came in. So I asked him, how did she get into the wheelchair? I was thinking she got out the car and got into the wheelchair, but you know, by the size of her, I'm like, there's no way she fit into a normal like seat, right? There's just no way. So he showed me it was like a van, and like the whole center part of the van was taken out so like you could fit somebody that's in like a wheelchair up in there. So basically where facility she came from, they put her in the chair, or they stuffed her into the chair, I should say, put her in there, and then he was able to kind of like manage to kind of like push her out to the edge of the sidewalk, and that was about it. The problem was that since she was so like big and wide, her sides, like her actual like body, squeezed like the edge of the chair into the wheels and kept the wheels from fully rotating the way they should. So they were thinking, hey, if we use one of your guys' wheelchairs, we could just put her in that one and we could just take her to her appointment, right? Here's the problem. Our biggest wheelchair was smaller than the one she was in. I want y'all to keep that in mind. Our biggest wheelchair was smaller than the one that they put her in. All our big wheelchairs have that, they're all in the graveyard, okay? Them things have seen so much weight and so much mileage, bro. They're just done, man. I mean, dude, one of our wheelchairs, we had somebody literally sit in it, and basically like the metal like part that holds in the middle, that jump basically just collapsed, bro. It was done. But the one I had brought out there and everything, it was a large like wheelchair. It's a really big, it's actually a big chair. It's just not designed for people that are, you know, 500 plus, okay? You know, maybe if she was 450, you know, I could, you know, it would have worked, but no, bro, it was, oh my god. Now here's the thing, I was willing to try. I was like, okay, let's stand her up, you know, we just turn her around, she could stand up, we could just trade wheelchair. She stands up, move the chair out, put this one behind her, right? She couldn't stand. All right, there was no me. I was trying to help her up by myself. Keep in mind, I'm only like 170 right now, right? This lady is more than 3 times my stinking weight. I'm not lifting her up by myself. So, you know, so I get on the radio, I call in some backup. I'm like, hey, yo, I'm gonna need like at least 3-4 other dudes, you know what I'm saying? Or 3 or 4 other people to come like help me out with this, right? Because there's no way I'm gonna stand this lady up by myself and get a chair up under her. So the cavalry shows up, you know, a good 4 or 5 other dudes show up. You know, we lift her up, we move the old chair out, put our chair under her. To keep in mind, our chair is smaller, but we're willing to try. We're able to somehow, some way actually fit her into the chair, but keep in mind, since ours is smaller, she's like literally squished. We were able to somehow get her feet up onto the pedals, like very awkwardly and everything like that. And as soon, we're all celebrating. We're like, okay, cool. This is going pretty smoothly and everything like that. Smooth is, I use that very loosely, smooth, okay. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let's just get her up this incline. We're chilling, right? I go to push her. The 2 front freaking wheels on the wheelchair. Okay, so like you got like the 2 big wheels and then you got like 2 small ones in the front, right? The smaller one on the right side sat there and folded like you were folding a piece of paper in half, okay? These are like metal enforced with like rubber around it and bolted wheels, bro. Yeah, so the wheel on the right side folded like an omelet. The wheel on the left side got squished. Literally, it got squished as I tried to push it. I didn't make it more than like a foot. That's how far I got. I made like a foot and everything just like, you know, went downhill, bro. So both the front wheels on our biggest wheelchair that we normally put big people in completely compromised. We ain't going nowhere. And to keep her from like literally falling out the chair, the other like 3 or 4 dudes I was with had to literally like brace her. The other like dudes had to literally like brace the chair, kind of hold it up. And then we had to get the other wheelchair. And then we had to stand her up, put the other wheelchair behind her and put her back in that one, bro. Now I say it like, you know, like it happened in the span like 30 seconds, bro. That was like a 15-minute ordeal because she could not stand at all. And even when we did stand her up, like some people, even when you stand them up, bros, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes they just can't stand. Some people, they just can't bear their own weight. Their knees are so bad. And this was like an older lady too. This wasn't somebody else like younger or something. Why, dude? Okay, you know what, fuck this goddamn game. Honestly, screw the PvP in this game, okay? I'm done. All right, we're just done until Lightfall comes out. All right, we're just done. But like I was saying, the 2 front wheels completely compromised. We have 2 dudes kind of like brace her, another one, you know, get behind her to move the chair. I'm over here trying to lift her up from the front to kind of like lift her up forward and everything like that. There were probably out of like, you know, like the 6 guys that were there, there was probably at least, you know, hey, at least like, you know, 6 or 12 like, you know, spinal discs that got messed up there. I'm not gonna lie. Somebody got a dislocated disc in their spine. That's all I'm saying. Shoot, and it's probably me. Right, here's the biggest thing. We didn't want her to fall, not necessarily because, I mean, obviously if she falls, she's gonna be hurt and everything like that. But if she falls, even with all 5 of us there, like the 5 or 6 of us that were there and everything like that, her husband wanted that. Look, that man was in a walker. He wasn't finna help. You know, I don't blame him. He felt bad that he couldn't help, but honestly, I don't need him helping and getting hurt too. So we're just like, don't even worry about it. But dude, literally, if gravity would have took it over completely and brought this lady to the ground, bro, we would have been calling the fire department. Straight up. There was no other way. Okay, there was no other way. She was trying to just, hey, well, can you just put me in a stretcher and everything like that? Yeah, on paper, trying to put her in a stretcher sounds good, but our stretchers only go so low. Because you have like ambulance stretchers that go like all the way down to the floor. But like the ones that we had like in the like hospital area that we were at, probably like this bed right here, this is probably like as low as like the bed that we have available will actually go to. Now like normal like ambulance stretchers, like the emergency ones, they can go like all the way down to the floor pretty easily. If the lady was tall and big, maybe she could have got into it, but she was like super short and just body, you know what I'm saying? Even then, we still had to get her onto the CAT scan table inside anyway, and that wasn't finna happen because the CAT scan thing, the test that they had to do, she was too wide for it. She literally could not fit. That was the problem also. And she wasn't getting on that table anyway, because the CAT scan tables, those, look, I don't know if you guys have been in a medical facility, at least the one I'm at, them things are not low to the ground. I know some of them, they have like CAT scans that are like literally like vertical and they can stand. The thing is, that lady not standing either. Like, bro, any option or any like, you know, viable solution that we were thinking of, it just wasn't happening without a professional team of people to successfully move her safely without anyone getting hurt. But yeah, we get her back into her chair. We explain them the situation because we're like, hey, we literally cannot move you. Literally, we can't. We can't move her forward. She broke our biggest wheelchair. So we had to have this dude pull his van up, right? We had to go steal a walker from inside. Got a walker, and basically he had one of those vans, like there's like a ramp that kind of like shoots out from the side, and we had to literally like stand her up, get her onto the walker, and she had to literally shuffle, not step, not walk, shuffle into the car. But yeah, we got into the van all safely. Nobody got hurt. No one fell. No fire department or 911. No like, you know, emergency personnel had to be called. But dude, you just feel so bad for people in those situations, man, because honestly, like, you know, she probably had like, you know, it probably started off as like one problem, and then one problem turns into 2 problems, 2 problems turn into 4, 4 turn into 8, and everything just starts spiraling downward. And you know, it's just really hard to kind of like manage that kind of stuff when you get to that point. You know, when you're 600 pounds and like you're like 70 plus years old and literally can't move, bro, you know, it's really hard to know. I don't know like what specific like, you know, medical condition she probably had. I would assume she probably would have had like lymphoma or something like that. That's one of like the few things I can make sense of. She definitely had edema. Obviously, you know, she's overweight. That, you know, that's out the question. I mean, we have like all those problems like stacking up onto you, and then on top of that, when people try to help you and they literally can't help unless it's like a professional level of help, and that's just probably like just such like a bad, like, you know, just bad, like, you know, for her morale, you know what I'm saying? And that's why on this channel, like, I always like, you know, I always try to tell you guys, and I always try to, like, you know, tell people, like, you know, take care of yourselves when you're young. If you can take care of yourself, be responsible with like what you eat. Be responsible with like, you know, how much you exercise and everything. I'm not saying you gotta be some professional athlete or anything like that, but like just take care of your body. Make sure you drink your water, bro. You know, watch how much sugar you're taking in, bro. Like just all like the small stuff builds up over time, because if you take care of yourself like when you're in your 20s and 30s and everything like that, I feel like I'm saying this, I literally did a whole video on this, but literally a lot of your life is going to be determined about what you do in your 20s, your 30s, and even like early 40s, to be honest. I'm going to be real with you. Some people, they can get away with it. You can BS into your 20s, but from like your 30s to like your like mid 40s, bro, if you out here eating junk food, living like a sedentary lifestyle, not exercising, not taking care of your body, not taking care of your health the way you're supposed to, dog, your 50s, 60s, and 70s are gonna suck. Because you could get older, get into like your 70s, 60s, 80s, or whatever. You're probably going to naturally have arthritis or something like that. Maybe you're going to have hearing loss, you know, vision loss of some sort. Like, you know, just basic natural stuff that happens. Outside the natural stuff that happens when you're older, now you got to deal with, you know, be on, you know, blood pressure medicine, being on weight loss medicine because, like, you're super old, and now it's harder for you to work out to lose said weight. Joint damage, ligament damage, all kinds of stuff. Immune system not working the way it's supposed. I mean, the list goes on. Like, that's it for today's video. Basically, take care of yourself, man. You know, if you're young, you know, in your 20s and 30s, or even if you're in your teenage years watching this, man, make sure you be wary of what you do, man. Take care of your body, cuz. But look, as far as future videos going ahead, because honestly, bro, playing PvP on Destiny is like the stupidest thing in the world right now. I'm probably gonna do a lot of cut commentaries on Elden Ring because I'm having a whole lot of fun on that game, and probably Apex, and even I'll jump on to Call of Duty because Call of Duty got an update. They actually have a rank system on there now, and I heard it's really good, so I'll probably check that out. But yeah, I'll probably come back around to this around when Lightfall comes out, and anyway, I don't even know if I'm gonna get Lightfall for real. But anyway, yeah, let me go put some ice on my back. I think I got a dislocated disc somewhere.